and alcohol. I got some damn bitches I could call. I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a fraud, I'm a bot, today I fought, but all got my bitch on me. I don't give a fuck about no nigga on my bitch on me. Hey y'all, so Yapper Miss Yap Yap is here. I do want to show off my fit because I do think it's cute. And I had this hat to go with it. Cute little hair, but I don't want to mess up my hair, so here y'all go. Honestly, I've worn this fit on my channels before, but I have a laundry, so that's all that matters. Anyways, Miss Yappity Yap Yap. Today. Yeah, that's not, no. Today, I just want to talk about, with 9:09 on the clock, right? I desire to live, not just to survive. And if this is blurry, I am so sorry, y'all. But just take it as the aesthetic, you know, just let it add to it. Imagine that we're in like a dream state. Tap in, right? Okay. So basically, I want to live, not survive, right? And that was one of the main things that I thought about when I really started thinking about stuff for real. Like when I got onto my journey of self-reflection, for sure, that was one of the things. I felt as if I was surviving 9-10, but I felt as if I was surviving, as if from whether that's work, bills, people, situations, family, friends, whatever it may be, it didn't feel like I was living my life. It didn't feel like I was living authentically to my fullest capability, you know. When it comes to surviving and when it comes to living, they cannot be in the same sentence. I mean, you can live to survive, but that's not me, you know. That's not ideal. And an idea that it's like surviving means that basically the thought of I have to do something, you know, or there'll be a consequence afterwards. This has to get done, or the latter, not by choice. I feel like living essentially is choice. You know, if you're living, you make your own decisions. You're able to choose yes or no, you know, based off of how you feel. But to survive, you're basing your decisions, your yeses and nos, based off of your responsibilities, based off of what others have told you, based off of protecting yourself, you know. Typically when animals survive within the wild, it's in a matter of protecting themselves. You know, their heart beats fast. Okay, let me slow down. Okay. Basically, survival of the fittest, I don't agree with that, you know. I believe with each and every single one of us that lives on this earth, we're supposed to be living, not just surviving. And to live is to show the full gratitude and honor for the life that you have. If you're surviving, you're in fear. You know, it's like the opposite. Living is like you're moving out of love. If you're living, that means you're living for something. You're loving something. You're content where you is. I'm happy. I'm content within my body. I'm not running away from anything. I don't have anxiety. My heart is not beating out of my chest. I don't feel unsafe. I feel safe because I am safe within my body. And that is what it means to really live. Because if you're surviving, you are essentially unsafe. Because what are you trying to survive from? You know? A definition of surviving, 432 on the clock, literally, the definition, y'all stick with me, you know? Like, But the definition of surviving, not verbatim, is to protect yourself from something, because it's like there's a ladder. There's a reason why you're surviving. There's a reason why, like, you got out of something, you survived. A survivor from like mental or physical or domestic abuse is someone that's like gone through shit and was able to come out of it. If you're surviving, my guy, you're a victim. You're a victim. Niggas be walking around here being victims and they don't even know it. Let's talk about it. Because people constantly walk around being victims to their own emotions, to their parents, being victims to the people around them, to the society around them. Our society creates victims. I want y'all to get that shit. It's getting a little woozy here, but I am so for real. Our society creates victims, creates survivors, not people who are authentically just alive. Right? Because if you really want to get into it, the America system to begin with, like, they're constantly, for years on end, we've seen ourselves constantly hurting and bombing other countries for the sake of protection, But at the other end of that, people are needing to survive, fearing for their lives. Fear moves survival. If you're moving out of love, it's like you should be content where you are. If you're surviving, that means that you're not content where you is. To live life is to be content where you are in this present moment, and whatever life may throw at you, no matter how big, no matter how low, no matter how happy, no matter how sad, angry, anxious, whatever it may be. To live is to live within that moment. To live is to feel that emotion as a whole. Feel that thing as a whole. Move in that thing as a whole. Acknowledge it as a whole, and then be like, okay, boom. So this is what's going on right now, and this is what we're going to do from it. Y'all peep that? This is what we're going to do from it. Not this is what we're going to do because of it. No. XYZ is happening because things are going to happen. That's life. Things are constantly going to happen. They're unpredictable. They're predictable. The whole scope, it's going to happen. But it's a matter of moving from it, adjusting it to yourself and moving from it, making the right decisions for yourself rather than moving away from it, rather than letting it create fear within you, and now you're surviving. Now you're trying to run away from that emotion, And I have personal experience within this because for so long, and glory be to God, I am so grateful that I can say truthfully that I'm literally living my life. But at a point in time, I was surviving. I was running away from my emotions. When I was sad, I was not letting myself feel. I would literally, toxic positivity, oh, that was me. Toxic positivity, that was my middle name, bro. I would never, ever let myself get to the point of crying. And when I do, I would literally beat myself up. I would be like, why are you crying? You're pathetic. You have to be strong. XYZ. The strong black woman trope. Free ourselves from it. Because it is not helping anybody. But free yourselves, And I'm not going to edit this either because I'm tired of editing. And either you hear me or you don't. We're conversating. This is literally FaceTime on my laptop. Imagine it's my laptop. Literally. I'm going to do the quality and everything too. But yeah, I can relate because there was a point in time where I was not feeling my emotions. And I wouldn't let myself get angry either. I was convinced that, I'm generally just not an angry person. Whenever XYZ, people would be angry around me, I'd be like, I'm cool, I'm da-da-da-da. But it's like, those are emotions that I am meant to feel. Emotions come to you as a guidance, as a pathway to whys and hows. The 5 W's, like who, what, when, why, where, how, 6 of them, all those things can be, all those like those 6 words can be applied to every single situation within your life. And whenever you have a situation that comes up, you got to ask yourself those things. And if you don't, if you're running away from it, then you're surviving, my guy, because to survive is to run away. If you're running away, you're not living. I said what I said. Have a good night, y'all. Bye.